How's it going, everybody? So it looks like the stock market is finally bouncing back. As you see, the Nasdaq is up actually 1% today, and let's look at the 1 month chart. And as you see, in the past month, we finally bounced back and it's trending upwards, which is nice. There hasn't been any news on the trading war or anything, except for today. It seems that there was some news on that the US officials may ease tariffs on Chinese imports. So whenever there's no news, the market will continue to keep bouncing back. As you see, the Dow 30 up 1.38%, as well as the S&P 500 is up 1.32%. So it's a very strong day today, which is great. And let's actually go look at my Robinhood portfolio. Except for today, for me, my account is actually in the red. Let's actually see why that my account's in the red. It's because of Tesla. Tesla is down 12.97%. Let's take a look. Even though Tesla's been doing pretty well throughout this trade war, as you see in the past 3 months, basically since the trade war started, it's up 13%, which is pretty good. But today it's been a pretty red day, and I believe it's because Tesla announced that they will be cutting about 7% of their workforce. So that's some pretty big news. And as you see, the market reacted negatively to this, down 13%, which is at $300. And I think right now it's at kind of like at a support level. Yeah, a support level right now. And usually Tesla's always bouncing between 300 and 350-ish all the time. It's probably a good time to swing trade. I'm not sure. Don't take my advice. But if I had some money right now, I would actually buy some shares just to swing trade. And if it continues to go down, I really don't care. Go down to $200, and I'll keep buying because I believe in Tesla for the long term. Let's see what else has been going on with the portfolio. Apple's been doing pretty well also. It seems that all my stocks are following up with how the market is doing. In the past month, as you see, it's kind of like bouncing back. And past week, up basically 4%, Apple, which is pretty good. And the next one we have here is AbbVie. AbbVie doing well. As you see, it's up 2.64%. In the past week, up 2.54%. So basically all the gains were up today. And AbbVie's been doing pretty well throughout this trade war. Even though in the past year, most of the damage is due because of this day. I totally forgot what happened. But this was earlier in March 2018. But as you see, it's just been going on steady. It's a stable company, AbbVie. And the next one we have here is AG&C. AG&C is just my real estate investment trust that I own. It's probably one. I'll probably buy some more just for the dividend. As you see, the dividend is at 10.7. I think it's actually more, but Robinhood hasn't updated it yet. And for the past year, it's just doing stable. In the past 5 years, it's up 61%, which is actually pretty good considering with the 10% dividend. So it's basically beating the S&P 500 average return, and that's good. That's what you want to see in your stocks. The next one I have here is Boeing. Boeing is one of my more stable companies that I own as well. As you see, in the past month, up 12%, which is crazy. It's really good. Probably one of the few ones that I have that's actually been keeping me in the positive, at least for the time being. And let's actually look at the 1 year chart. It's actually pretty volatile. There's actually big swings here. Probably eventually it'll bounce back down, drop down, because that's basically the trend that I'm seeing here. It just goes up big and it goes down big. So we might see some fluctuation from Boeing eventually. Microsoft, another one that's been doing all right so far. All the big companies are trending upwards, just like the indices. As you see, Microsoft is up 5.59%, keeping my portfolio up, which is good. Past month, 3.68%. Microsoft's a beast, what can I say? Next one, Nvidia, up 3.43%, and in the past week up 6.88%, which is good. Past month up 7.84%. And as you see here, I'd say this is probably a good buy right now, unless something catastrophic happens with the economy or the stock market, or more tariffs are announced on us or on China, then the stock could keep going down. But as you see from its highs, about 290, it basically got cut in half, and Nvidia is going to stay here no matter what, because it has so much potential for the future with self-driving cars and all that stuff, and with AI. I believe the stock will bounce back and keep growing. So if I had a $10,000, I'll probably be putting putting a majority of it into this, because right now it's with a 20 PE, and for the growth that I expect from Nvidia, I'll put most of my money into this, and probably in the next 2-3 years, probably double my investment, which is good. Next one we have here is Amazon. Amazon's doing well too, even though I believe at the lowest point it was under 1300 or around 1300, yeah. And it was almost negative for the year. I think at one point it was at, let's see, about 3% for the year. With its highs, it was at 2050 at about 57% for the year, which is pretty big for considering how big Amazon is. Amazon has a $800 billion market cap, and it was up 50% for the year, which is crazy. Amazon's that good. It still has that growth potential, which is crazy for its size. And the next one is Alibaba. Let's actually look at the 3-month chart. For the past 3 months, Alibaba's been doing pretty good, but for the year, it's down 15%. I think once the trade war started, it's like it hasn't even been affected by it. But it's been able to stabilize right here. And I don't think it should be going down anytime soon. And if it does, it probably wouldn't pass under 130 bucks. And the next one we have here is Facebook. I'm actually happy Facebook is actually doing pretty well. And for the past 3 months, I believe it's finally hit its lowest point at around 124. And look at that, it's at $150 now, which is crazy. Especially since I have a call option on this. And this is basically the stock that's been driving my portfolio up and down. And whenever Facebook is going down, my whole portfolio is in the negative. And whenever Facebook is up, my portfolio is up in the green. And my options contract expires on March 15th, so I have about 2 more months before this contract expires. And hopefully it just keeps trending upwards. Whenever Facebook's earnings report, I hope they kill the numbers so I can keep trending upwards. Hopefully I can go back to the break-even point, because then I'll take my money and run, you know. So that's Facebook for you guys. Then the next one is Canopy Growth. There's actually some big news on Canopy this week. I haven't been really paying attention to my portfolio that much. I know that they got some kind of deal. Let's actually see what they got over here. Right here, this is the news. Canopy Growth enters U.S. hemp industry with a bang. Canopy announces that it's received a hemp license in New York and will invest about 100 to 150 million to build a hemp industrial park. And let's see how this news affected Canopy. And let's look at the 1 week chart. As you see, Canopy is up 13.13% for the week. And let's look at the month. It is up 46%, which is crazy. And good for Canopy. It still has quite a ways away from its all-time highs, I believe, but Canopy is here to stay. It's just I hope that they kill their earnings, because last time they did not. They were way below expectations, and I think that dragged down the whole cannabis market. So let's see how Canopy Growth does, because this is the real earnings report. This is going to be the whole quarter where cannabis is legalized in Canada, and let's see how Canopy Growth performed this earnings this quarter. Let's actually look at Aurora Cannabis now. Aurora Cannabis down about 2%. Let's look at the week. It's been quite a roller coaster for this past month for Aurora Cannabis. As you see, it was at about 480s, the low 480s, and it just bounced up all the way to 733. So if you were a swing trader and you got in here, that is a nice penny that you've made. And it's been pulling back recently. Let's actually look at the news. Let's see what we got here. Aurora to raise $250 million in convertible debt. Stock falls in late trading. That's probably why Aurora Cannabis is pulling back. Yeah, it's gone down quite a bit from the highest point this week. Yeah, but I still believe in Aurora Cannabis. I think they just need to raise more money so they can keep on expanding, because they want to take over the world, you know. And let's actually look at my portfolio for the past week. I'm up 2.27%, and for the past month, up 7%. So my portfolio is bouncing back nicely, even though Tesla is down 12.97%. And I think this is one of my stocks that I have quite a bit of equity in. Yeah, if it wasn't for this day, I'd probably be up quite a bit today. $200, yeah, I would probably be up to like around 6K or close to it. And that's the end of the video, everybody. Please drop a like, subscribe, turn post notifications on, and I'll see you guys in the next one.